Hello there folks, my name is Spoonks and I saw The Bad Guys 2 and it was great. Now I was really looking forward to this movie. I'm a big fan of the first film. I thought it was fun, energetic, exciting, and a really nice addition to the DreamWorks catalog, and I was really excited to see this movie expanding this world, seeing more of these characters, and the trailers all looked really promising. And I'm happy to report that this movie not only met my expectations, it exceeded them. I honestly might like this more than the first one. This was a really solid sequel to the first one. I had a blast with this. What really works about this movie is that they upped everything about the first one. The stakes, the story, the energy, the humor, they really go bigger and bolder with the sequel, and I think it really works here by going bigger and bolder because it allows them to go even more wilder, more energetic, more hilarious, and more zany and wacky with how they present this world and put the characters in these various situations. It made for a much more fun, entertaining, and energetic thrill ride for a sequel to a movie that was already really fun and energetic in the first place. The story puts the bad guys in a very unique position where they're being framed despite the fact that they're really trying to redeem themselves, and the way it's handled and structured offers some really big reveals and twists that I think keeps the story interesting and moving at such a fast pace that you're curious to wonder what's going to happen next, what situation are the characters going to end up in, and how this movie's gonna pay off for these characters, as you really do want to see them succeed in the end. And the film never stops with this energy. Now that doesn't mean it's obnoxious or tiresome like the Smurfs or anything. It does take its time to slow down and cool things down a bit, but it still knows it wants to be fast, energetic, and fun, and when it has the time to do that, it makes the most out of it, as many of the action sequences are really quick, energetic, fast, and fun, really well put together, and surprisingly intense. There were some moments that had me literally on the edge of my seat. They were well put together and really staged very well storyboarded and all that. Lots of great sequences, especially the one that's been hyped up in the trailer where they're trying to get on the rocket ship. My goodness, that was intense. And there's a great moment at a luchador match and a great opening car chase sequence that really set things off strong. The characters are also very charming and likable. They're not the most groundbreaking characters out there, but you do love seeing them on screen, and the way they play off of each other and how they respond to the various situations they get into really works here. And I would love to see a bit more of some of the characters get a bit more development, but more on that later. But you still like and enjoy their role in the film. The animation is also stellar in this movie. They really up the stylization and the anime influences here. Again, it brings the energy and the fast-paced feeling of it really up there. The colors are nice. I love the designs of the characters, and they move so fast and frequently and fluid, but never, again, in an obnoxious, annoying way. And once again, it adds to the action sequences as they're all well directed and well put together. Lots of great uses of staging and color in these sequences, and there's just some gorgeous looking locations in here, especially in space. My goodness, does this movie look really good, especially during those sequences. And I found the film to be just as funny as the first one. It's got its share of childish jokes here and there, and we'll discuss those later. But for the most part, I was laughing consistently and out loud. There is one abrupt cut near the end of the movie that legitimately made me laugh out louder than anyone in the audience. It caught me off by such a big surprise. It was easily the biggest laugh here. But the rest of the jokes, whether it be just the expressions on the characters, certain visual and sight gags, or how the characters play off of one another, even some of the one-liners and the use of animation in different styles adds to the comedy. A lot of the jokes really landed here, and I was laughing out loud and consistently throughout the whole thing. And now on to my negatives with the film. First off, I do think the movie sags a bit at certain points. Now, that's not to say that the moments where the movie slows down to make you get to understand the characters don't work. In fact, those are some of the highlights of the movie. But I did feel the pacing start to slow down a bit at certain points, and I did start to feel the runtime a bit after a while. So I wish during those moments in particular in the second half, I wish the movie would be able to keep the energy it had from the first 2/3 and the latter half. There's just a point in that late second act where the movie just slows down for a brief period. And like I said already, some of the jokes don't land. It carries some of those childish, immature jokes that didn't really land here. There's a lot of fart jokes in this one as well. So beware of that. Most of the movie is still funny, but the bad jokes from the original still here. And lastly, I think the movie's carrying a bit too many characters in here. That's not to say they were bad. In fact, I liked them so much I wanted to see more of them, which is a shame that the movie wasn't able to handle as much of these characters as I thought it would. Some of them feel a bit sidelined, and I wish they got a bit more to do and we got a bit more to learn about them. But the movie's focused and has so much more stuff going on. It just didn't have the time to flesh out some of these characters. But otherwise, I had a blast with The Bad Guys 2. It gave me everything I wanted it to and more. They really upped the stakes, comedy, story, energy, and fun of the first one. If you are a fan of the first one, this is a high recommendation from me. Again, as someone who loved it probably as much as you did, this was a blast. It gave, once again, it really exceeded my expectations, and I think families and kids will definitely get a kick out of it. It's definitely a good last movie to see before they go back to school and as summer ends. I really enjoyed it. I think a lot of people are going to really dig this one. So those are my thoughts on The Bad Guys 2. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.